Hey Internet, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine is Serious Business, episode 372. We are back at Matt's house with Matt, drinking Matt's wine.
Here to drink some wine.
What kind of wine are we drinking tonight, Matt?
We're drinking the Chardonnays of the world. As you guys know, I often love to pull wild cards. Maybe there's wild cards here, maybe they're not.
Okay.
But we know that they're Chardonnay.
Some nice salinity, some nice tart fruit like limes and green apples on the nose here.
It almost reminds me of like champagne.
There we go.
You know
It's
what
very
I mean? Like,
floral too. Yeah, it's got a floral vibe to it.
I guess the minerality in champagne, right? Like a still champagne or something.
And these characteristics, I think, come through on stainless steel Chardonnay a bit, but there's a little roundness on the nose that makes me think that's not the case. Maybe there's some neutral oak here. Clean and clear on that palate. That acidity comes through. I think more like limes and green apples and a little bit of pear fruit. Dries really fully late too.
Yeah, big burst of minerality there.
It's very lively and very fresh. Like that's the other thing is just how punchy and fresh it is. You know, like it's just like super vibrant.
I'd be really surprised if this was Oregon. It's not ringing any bells of stuff that I've regularly had in Oregon.
Let's go that way.
So if I had to make a pick, I'd say Chablis. And I'd say it's got some age on it because I'm not tasting any like the young sulfur kind of like toughness. There's a little bit of texture there. So let's just say 8-year-old Chablis. That's my guess.
It doesn't taste sort of New World. Could be Oregon, but doesn't taste like it. It doesn't have this sort of oaky stuff going on. Yeah, it doesn't have that sort of. So it doesn't have any reductive qualities, which is like a tendency in some Oregon wines. It doesn't remind me of anything in California. I mean, Sonoma Coast maybe. 'Cause sometimes there's stuff that's like really like on the lighter, brighter, super acidic side. Like maybe like it doesn't feel serious enough to me like to be like a Premier Cru or Grand Cru. It seems more like, just village level Burgundy potentially, but
I could see that too. Yeah, a lighter, with less oak on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
go with something.
A good producer, but like a Bourgogne, or
Right.
like a really good producer, like Lafleur, or something like that.
I will say that I'm very surprised at how vibrant it is and how fresh it is and just how like punchy it is. It's very like, it's got this like zest to it. It's got like, the roundness is very, very true. And I think that nuttiness does speak to a little bit of age too, that kind of hits at the end.
Right on.
On to wine number 2.
Yeah, this is a shift of gears for sure.
Still a nice like color on it again with your comment suggesting some age. The color is not really showing it. This is still.
How do you know all of them are
Nice
aged?
spot.
How do you know
I
all of
don't.
them are aged?
I don't. Yeah.
Maybe some are, maybe some aren't.
Definitely change of pace on the nose. We've got a little more honey here. Maybe like hints of tropical fruit. I wouldn't call this heavy and rich.
It is richer.
But exactly.
It is
in
richer.
contrast.
Yeah.
It's like pineapple.
Yeah.
Maybe a touch of the reductive qualities that.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little touch of reduction here.
It's not like an overpowering reduction, where it's like rubbery and like, just that nastiness. But there's a little bit there, right? Which is like, I feel like the proper amount to have.
Nice
Oak definitely comes through on the palate though, for sure.
Nice and clean on contact again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little oaky on the palate.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But not like high. It's not like
not at
a
all.
not like a butter bomb by any means, but just like very like a perfect like integration of oak.
I like a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of like balance out some of that like those really like bright like citrusy vibes. It kind of just like rounds it down a bit.
And the pineapple is dead on because sometimes you get a pineapple and the acidity on it's a little rough, and I think it needs the oak to kind of balance that out. And it's definitely got a firmer feel on the back end due to that acidity.
It's more like a. Have you guys ever had a white pineapple before?
No.
Like white pineapple. So white pineapples, you'd think they would just be taste like unripe pineapples, which would be like sour and like ass. But like they're the yellow ones are actually like significantly more acidic, but the white ones are like much more round and sweeter. But they still have that acidity to them. And so like this is more of like a white pineapple vibe on the palate. But the oak definitely comes through more on this.
Yeah, on the palate for sure. Yeah. Still like a nice wine, right? Like. Good acidity, good fruity flavors, touch of reduction, a touch of oak, or a little more oak. But, a pleasant wine to drink.
I'm going to go with Oregon, and I'm going to lean a little bit on the stuff that Matt likes. So I'm going to guess that this is, I'm going to guess this is Otterberry Marsh Chardonnay. How old? Jeez. Let's say 14, but not with a lot of good reasoning behind it.
I mean, this is State Oregon as well, Freedom Hill. and like probably Walter Scott. But
All right.
that's my guess.
Interesting.
It's just there's sort of like a chalky sort of minerality to it. It's just reminiscent of stuff I've had from them. Like it's got a little bit of reduction. It's got a little bit of that chalkiness to it. It's like it's all fruit. I don't know. But I could be completely wrong. It's just what it tastes
You
like.
got me thinking. I'm not going to second guess myself. But
Don't. Yeah,
it's
just go with
interesting.
Always go with the hunt. Always go with the gut.
Yeah.
I mean,
What'd you think on age?
2018.
Okay.
Freshy.
What were you about to say about Arterberry?
Oh, say Arterberry. Man, it was the oak didn't remind me of an Arterberry.
There we go. All right.
So, but I could be completely wrong.
And you drink more of that. I drink
I-
more Walter
I'm-
Scott, and I was going to say the oak isn't quite there for me, but
I'm probably wrong.
we'll see.
So-
I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, scoot in.
All right.
For durability.
Scoot in. All right.
Snuggle up, sweetheart.
Bunch of bears chilling. We got
Yeah,
the third
bunch of
one here.
bears chilling.
I'm glad I poured this one last.
All right.
So this is a bit darker.
Yep.
Is this Riesling?
What is going on the nose?
Is this Riesling?
This is Riesling. It's all Chardonnays.
They're all 100% Chardonnays.
They're all
right?
100%
Yeah,
Chardonnays.
Is
There's
this
no blends
Alsatian
here.
Riesling?
That's the only thing. They're all Chardonnays.
There's crazy tropical floral fruit. This is like a tropical fruit bouquet, right?
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a dry Alsatian Riesling.
Guavas, pineapple, like
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. And what's funny is before we recorded,
Oranges.
like, I actually was worried about this one at the beginning because when I
Yeah,
first
yeah.
opened it, there was a little bit of like a funk on it. I was like, fuck, it's Chardonnay. It's going to be Primox. Something's going to happen. And, but it's great. The nose is fine right now. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
so.
edging towards overripe fruit even. This is decadent, and not in the like oaky, buttery way, but just, I'm gonna say I've never seen like this depth and intensity of tropical fruit on a Chardonnay before. Trippy.
Yeah, the
Trippy.
guava is like nuts on it, right? And it totally comes through on the palate too. Like that same sort of like tropical, like biting into a fucking fresh ass guava in Hawaii.
This is old.
Really nice
very
texture on the palate. Yeah, the acidity is really well integrated and is even kind of faint at the end, right? I thought that these fruit flavors would be a lot more like heavy and overwhelming. They're big, but they're held together, I guess, with the structure of the wine on the palate.
This is just a really good aged Chardonnay. Like it's holding on really well. I think
It's
I know.
fucking
I think
beautiful,
I know Matt's cellar, so I think I know exactly what this is. The nose is what's like totally throwing me, right?
Yeah, the nose is very
I've
different.
had that wine multiple times, and I'm just like, I don't remember
That
the
does
nose.
have some tropical stuff to it, but
I don't
not.
remember the nose being like
that
this.
intense, yeah.
This is something I just have a really hard time. So yeah, it's something that's got like a more neutral or a lighter oak touch. Like oak is definitely not the in the forefront. So it's not like a big California or like a really high end like a
But it could.
malt Rocher or something like that, right? Like those are all fairly oaky initially. Or
And you
have
know what? And
more
it's
oak.
old enough that I don't think, I'd say New California could be like this and have this texture, but I think it's old enough that
think
there
it's
was
old
even
enough.
less and less of it. I'd be surprised if it's Cali. I don't think it's French. And I may be wrong about that. Matt's had a lot more white Burgundy than I have, especially high-end stuff, but I don't think I've gotten these flavors out of a French wine before.
I'm just gonna go with the it's like the 90 something Evesham wood. I don't know what else it could be.
I'm going to bail on producer. I'm going to say, and now I'm going to the same place twice, so one of these is going to be wrong, but I'm going to say Dundee Hill Chardonnay from 2004. There we go.
Okay.
That's all I
Okay.
can do.
The reason why I chose the three that I chose today is that there are three of my favorite wines that I had throughout my 35th year.
Wow.
I love
Okay.
it. I love
Right?
it.
Awesome.
So,
All right.
the first one,
I think I know.
Chablis from 2014, right, is what you said?
18, I think, didn't I? I said
I thought you
8-year-old
said-
Chablis.
You
I
said- you said
8-year-old.
8 or
Chablis.
2015, so yeah,
Yeah,
2015 Chablis, and then,
I said 5-year-old like village level, but from a
Vermont.
high-end producer.
okay, cool. So, on this, it is Chablis.
Oh. Well done. Well done.
So this is the 2010 Raveneau Buteau. So good choice on the Chablis. Yeah.
This is my favorite wine of the three.
Okay, so number two.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
So Oregon, you said Arterberry Marsh, right?
Yep.
What year again? 2014?
2018 Freedom Hill from Walter Scott.
Freedom Hill. Okay. So spot on Oregon. You guys nailed it there.
Yeah.
Wrong on the producer. But for this, it's actually a 2019.
Whoa, freshie. There it is.
Oh, sick, dude.
The Royer Vineyard 2019 Chardonnay. So it is
Oh,
Oregon.
very cool. Aola Amity. All right.
That's
Thanks for
exciting.
including this. I've been wanting to try one
Yeah.
of these.
Really delicious.
Man.
Fucking
Yeah.
fantastic, right?
And
Like,
for essentially a brand new vineyard, and who makes the wine?
so they change it each year.
Yeah.
This was made by the, I think I start with an S. Statera?
Oh, yes, Statera.
Yeah, so Statera made this
Oh,
vintage.
Bravo. Yeah, I love it.
I don't know if I'm allowed
Okay.
to say who it is, but there's
That's fine.
another winemaker making it for
Yeah,
this
so he changes
next
year to
Yeah,
year.
he changes it. So,
Yeah,
but it's
so cool.
great. So phenomenal.
Mark, this is rad. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
you've had 100 people telling you this already, but
It's a great wine.
Yeah,
it's,
we're
it's super
enjoying
fun.
it. Yeah.
So third one, what was the? Remind me of the guesses again. So it was both of you said Oregon again, right?
Yeah, I just went with the old Evesham wood. It's like 20, 25-year-old Chardonnay from Oregon.
Yeah, the 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said
24,
old,
25.
old Dundee Hills instead of
Okay.
his Aola Amity
Got
pick,
it.
but
So the funny thing is I don't have any more of those bottles. So, so it's not that. This is a 2012
also
California.
not French. Okay. No way.
Wow.
Okay, that
One of my
explains the
favorite
tropical
Chardonnays I had
fruit.
this year.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
At a restaurant, probably. Somebody
No,
bought-
I went to the vineyard, and so
and they
it was,
poured you a 12.
Yeah, they poured a 12 for the tastings.
Yeah.
It blew my mind, like, cause I'm like a notorious like California Chardonnay hater, right? And I think honestly, like, I probably have 12 bottles of California Chardonnay in my entire collection, right? Most of them are these guys, so yeah.
And I was wrong
That's
when I
rad,
said
man.
that it could be New Cali, but they weren't making stuff that old.
And I said it wasn't Cali because of the oak.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. So,
All right.
thanks for watching. We've got some more.
Until
more-
next time.
Yeah, great seller content on Wine Series.
Drinking some old wines. See you guys next time.